Can we negotiate this? I didn't mean to take your burrito. I really didn't. Hey guys, what's up? BC coming back at you guys with yet another Transformers video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Leader Class Megatron. Now this is the G1 color edition. I do have the Armada version too. We will be taking a look at him soon, but I figured I might as well start with the Leader Class Megatron to kick off the rest of the Combiner Wars videos, simply for the fact that this is a wonderful mold. Well, I mean, as per usual with the BC channel, we start in vehicle mode. And this is such a nice tank mode. Like, seriously, guys, come on, this is nice. Granted, he's gonna stick out like a sore thumb in the battlefield. And I bet you're wondering, doesn't he come with a gun, BC? Yes, he does, but since this is G1 Megatron, he never really held a gun unless it was that one moment in G1. One where he shot Optimus with a dropped weapon, but I didn't like that weapon, so yeah, here's the gun, and I give it to a certain figure that we will be taking a look at some point as I start to do more of these videos. So anyways, moving on. On Megatron, very, very nice tank mode. And given how he transforms, he still has a fully ratcheted rotating turret. That's really, really nice. And then to add on the fact that he rolls and he has actual treads, like you have to really push down to get him to work, but the fact that he has rubber treads and they actually work, that's awesome. And yeah, you know, pretty cool. And one thing that I felt really insinuated, like scale wise, why they decided to make him a tank, here he is next to Legends Gears, and I'm pretty sure that's accurate when it comes to scale. I'm pretty damn sure. And I really hope Combiner Wars gives us a Legends Brawn. Just saying. Anyways, he has the random mini-con ports like Armada Starscream does, which of course this was repainted into Armada Megatron. So yeah, the mini-con ports make way more sense with Armada Megatron, which I will be taking a look at soon. Anyways, with that said, let's get into the transformation. And to transform him, it's pretty simple. Push that in, come to the sides here, and unhook them completely from the side. Unpeg these from the front and then rotate them down and leave them there for now. Come to the back, pop these pieces, and kind of make sure everything is out of the way. Somebody texted me, why? Alright, these will fold down and clip into place down here, and then come up here and you split the whole turret. And you bring it out like that. Flip up this piece to make the crotch plate. Flip these pieces down to make the feet, which you can then proceed to stand him up. Move the camera up. Slide these panels up on his arms like this to make fists. And just rotate this to the side. And technically you're supposed to spin this around and then fold it out to the side, but that does not look like Megatron's cannon at all. So I flip it around and have that. So yeah, that's basically all it there is to that. Then you come back here and you kind of fold these down, and then you peg him in and make sure that they are completely flush against his back. I'm going to fold this whole piece down and peg it in down here. Move his head forward. Kind of get him in a bit more of a dynamic stance. And here we have G1 colored Megatron, Combiner Wars leader Megatron, whatever, in his robot mode. And this is a fantastic looking robot mode. I freaking love this thing. He's even got that one. He's even got the full G1 chest. The classic bucket head. And you know, like freaking MGO Megs is the bucket head. Whatever. That was funny. Even the gun handle is shown here. Like that's pretty cool how they went all out with this figure to really help differentiate him from the Armada Megatron, to really get that this is the original Megatron feel, even though he turns into a tank and not a gun. Like, they gave us so many cues that really hit that mark. I mean, yeah, he was primarily silver, but a lot of the inside bits were red, even though most of the red was inside the leg. But of course, that's the entire side of the tank, so if they would have made that red, the tank mode would have been way off. Now, as per usual, here we go with the size comparisons. Now, of course, it's a leader class figure, so I'm only really going to be able to do one. And here he is next to Jetfire. And they are roughly about the same size. Megs is a little bit taller at the head. Just a little bit. So yeah, there is your comparison with Jetfire. And a comparison that I felt really needed to be made, simply because, one, I needed another excuse to put him in front of the camera. Yeah. He looks great next to this guy. He really does. I like it. I think this is a fantastic figure. Getting the big guy out of the way because he's basically what I was just talking about right there. Whoops, PC messed up. But whatever, yeah. Articulation wise, he's a little hampered, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's got a ratcheting shoulder, which, if you kind of have it forward like that, it looks as if his whole shoulder was just kind of detaching and is now flowing. And is now just floating there. Like that don't look right. There we go, you can probably see him better now. But yeah, like, just that looks kind of weird. But anyways, he's got a elbow swivel, a ratcheting elbow, a wrist swivel. So if you wanted to give him a sword or something, he'd be able to twist his wrist. He's got a hinge and a swivel in his head. He's got a waist joint, which that's pretty cool in of itself. I actually just discovered this. He's got fully ratcheted hips. They can't really go that far forward. They can go back a pretty decent amount, and I'm a fan of Kamen Rider, whatever. But yeah, yeah. And a fully articulated knee, even though it only goes back that far. And he's got an ankle pivot, but that's barely anything. So yeah, articulation wise, he's got about as much as, say, Jetfire. Only Jetfire can move more, I guess. The only thing Jetfire really didn't have was a wrist swivel. But, you know, whatever. Anyways, with all of that said, kind of bringing him in close, what does BC think of the G1 version of Megatron? I think he's fantastic. That honestly, if you're gonna get one version of the mold, make it this one. He is a fantastic figure, especially if you're one of those, like, I don't have MP10, even though I really want it. He scales really well with the Masterpiece line, and I would honestly be daring enough to say he could replace that massive Masterpiece Megatron, which falls apart into a million pieces. Yeah, I've heard the horror stories. But yeah, overall, as a figure, as a display piece, he's great. As a standalone figure, he's fantastic. But as a toy, you may get more fun out of the Armada version, because frankly, this is a very nice shiny silver paint that's basically that he's basically covered in. That it doesn't insinuate that he can be played with a really rough amount of times. That silver paint will get scratched, so that pushes him more towards the display side. So with all that said, I've taken up enough of your time, guys. BC saying stay nerdy and get your geek on. I will catch you guys next time.